There's so much growth in taking anything that you do wrong and learning from it. Instead of fucking pointing fingers and blaming other people, you are gonna grow so much more if you just take a step back, kind of dissect the situation and say, you know what? What could I have done better? What could I have done smarter? My winning secret number three, and that's taking accountability for your own actions and holding yourself responsible to learn from them. I remember at the age of 18, I caught my first gun charge, and I had gotten set up by, not sure if you used to see the billboards that said, turn in a gun, you win $1,000. Well, some fucking snitch got me with the okey doke. Had me pull up to his house, had the gun in the car. Narcs end up raiding the car. It was me and one of my boys. I wasn't even driving, it was his car. Pulled us out the car, grabbed me from every fucking angle, slammed us to the floor, searched the car, found a gun. I took responsibility for the gun and ended up being a huge mess. Long story short, I ended up beating it for wrongfully accusing me or searching me or whatnot, and that's a whole nother story. But being able to beat these real serious charges made me feel almost fucking invisible to the system. So by another 40 or 50 charges after that is where I finally got caught up with the feds. But again, that's for a whole nother story. I learned that day I got caught for the gun that I had, you know, that I had, and not to say it was mine, but that I had under my possession, and let my boy off the hook, right? Because if both of us don't say anything, we both get charged for the gun. So I took responsibility. First thing that I started to direct my energy into after the fact, right um, after I got booked and sent to the county was, okay, I'm not gonna blame the motherfucker that snitched me. I'm going to take responsibility for being a fucking idiot to trust a complete stranger for having me show up to his house. And at the time, the mind frame that I had was just to learn from it, never to get set up like that again, never to have someone in the car where I will have to take full blame for it. I'm just going to be my own fucking co-defendant, right? Again, this was me just programming myself to take accountability for my wrongdoings in that mind frame. Fast forward to now, anything that I feel I have 1% responsibility in, I'm going to take accountability for it. There's so much growth in taking anything that you do wrong and learning from it. Instead of fucking pointing fingers and blaming other people, you are going to grow so much more if you just take a step back, kind of dissect the situation and say, you know what? What could I have done better? What could I have done smarter? And not say, you know what? This person's fucking piece of shit for not owning up to his, or this person's he's a bitch ass dude for not taking his. That's not going to teach you shit. All that's gonna do is it's gonna have you continue to repeat the same fucking mistake. So again, fast forward, anything that I do, last 10 minutes of my day as I'm laying in bed, I look up at the roof and I kind of just introspect, right? I break down everything that happened that day, and I always ask myself, I really magnify and I key in on the conversations or the instances or the calls or the confrontations or the disagreements that I had, and I really break them down. It's 1% my fault, right? Sometimes it's more than 1%, but I don't care if it's just 1% my fault. I'm taking my responsibility for it and I'm going to learn from it. So, what do? I just break it down a little bit more, say, you know what? Yes, this person acted in a certain way that made me respond in that manner, but how could I have not had that person respond to me in that way? You understand? There's always an action to a reaction, right? That's all it is, cause and effect. If I was to tell somebody something and they responded to me in a manner that I felt not disrespected, how could I have prevented that conversation from going all the way left by checking myself at the beginning, knowing that person at least well enough to know that, damn, by me telling them that, they got triggered and will cause them to respond to me in the manner that I ended up responding, and it just escalate from there. Do you understand that? It doesn't matter how much of the wrong you were in. Take responsibility for it because you're going to learn from it. You're doing yourself a disservice if all you want to do is play, point the fucking picture, point the fucking finger and play the fucking victim. Right? You're not gonna get nowhere if all you do is point fingers and play fucking victim all the time. You're gonna be a fucking victim of life. You're gonna be like if the whole world owes you something. Nobody owes you shit in this fucking world besides you and the person you continue to evolve into every single day. Remember that. Stop thinking that people owe you some shit or they're entitled to. That's not how shit works. That's not how life works. Everything in this world is literally learning grounds to grow in your character. All right. By you becoming, again, I'm always gonna this is most likely gonna be the conclusion of all of my videos, is that it's always gonna come back in full circle. Work on you. Become the person that you want to be respected by the opposition or the opposite party. And stop trying to exceed your expectations in people when you haven't even met those expectations yet. Again, all you can do from everything that you've done in the past and today is take responsibility for what part in it that you played that you could have played a little bit better. Hold yourself accountable, learn from it, do a little bit better day in and day out. If you keep this process going, I can guarantee so much fucking growth is going to happen. Just try this with one of your relationships. Try this in if you're married, if you're in a relationship with if we're in a fresh relationship, start there. Start there. And again, this is you testing yourself. You don't have to bring this to their attention. Almost be conscious of the way that you act, your body language, right? The way that you come up. Is it passive aggressive? And ask yourself, could I have presented this in a better form, or at least in a form where they can comprehend it a little clearer? Or was it me that came off in a certain way that had them respond to me in that manner, which resulted in me reacting in a way where nothing got fucking solved? Or do you want to continue to spin in this vicious ass fucking cycle of nothing happening, nobody growing, no solutions being solved? Ask yourself that. Take responsibility for the 1% that you have in it. Hold yourself accountable to it. Grow, learn, and continue to evolve from it.